January the 1st, 2020 was a big turning point as well, wasn't it? And something I'm quite interested to hear, even now, how symbolic that is to you upon reflection with everything else you've achieved since then.
Yeah, my park run. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still the most symbolic thing ever that I've fitness wise ever. Um, I've done some pretty cool things fitness wise, but that's basically I ran under 20 minutes for a park run, and some people clearly many people can run under 20 minutes for a park run, but there's not many people that are 6'6", are still 220 pounds, 46, 47 at the time, and had previously been running park runs at 42, 43 minutes and had no history of running before I started running in my 30s. There aren't many people with that history that go and run a park run under 20 minutes. Um, and that was the point where I thought two things. I'm very happy with what I've done. And it also dawned on me that I was above average. And I did a video where I mentioned how I had no desire to be any faster than that. I didn't care if I never got quicker than 20. In fact, I still haven't got much quicker. I'm only about 30 seconds quicker today. So I explained that I thought it'd be really useful for people that were where I was, thinking, "Oh, I can never be where I want to be." To sort of focusing on being elite or superb, or worrying about what the truly exceptional athletes are doing on YouTube, and just focus on being above average. Go and get your park run times, which you can download for every race anywhere, or your local 10K times from the previous year for the race you're at going, and look down the list and see where is the person out of 400 runners who came 199, who's in the top half, because that time is achievable by anybody with reasonable health and fitness and a bit of time. Because the bar is so low, most people are not particularly fit and healthy. So if you want to go to your local park run and out of 100 people be in the top 50, that's not an out of reach achievement. And once you're there, you are legitimately an above average, whatever, park runner. And you should take huge pride and satisfaction in that. And yeah, and so I did this thing above average. And then people started saying in the comments, "Oh, above average, I like that. That's actually a cool way of thinking about it." And before I knew it, it became a catchphrase, to the point where initially I kind of rejected it. I was like, "Oh, people stop saying it because it's not. I don't. I'm not an '80s comedian. I don't need a catchphrase." But then I kind of embraced it and thought, actually, no, above average. If everyone loves the idea of being above average, and I was getting emails from people saying, I'm a 65-year-old overweight divorcee in Nebraska, but me and my dog are going to go for a run because we watched you and we want to be above average compared to other 65-year-old divorcee overweight people in Nebraska. I thought, oh, awesome, cool. Then yeah, if what I'm doing is getting people to do that, and use motivation the way it should be, because one of the problems that I've found with my kids and YouTube is that when I grew up, motivation through media was you'd watch Rocky and you'd be motivated, but you wouldn't be motivated to go and box or become Italian American. You'd be motivated to go and do whatever it was you did for your hobby. So you just took the motivation. But what happens with YouTube a lot is people watch somebody on Instagram or something and they think, "Oh, that's the body I want." And rather than being motivated by that to then go and do their thing, they get annoyed because they can't have that body. That obsession with you're presented an image, and because you can't have it, you get annoyed and depressed and so on, which is very real. The whole thing's a mess. I mean, it's a mess that people feel like that. It's a mess that people are pretending that people can look like that. The whole thing's a mess. And I look at that whole world and think, what a pity. Why don't you do what I do, which is things like watch Alex Honnold do free solo, where he climbed up El Cap, and leave thinking, I'm going for a run. I am so motivated and impressed. I'm never climbing 6 foot off the ground in my life, but I'm just pumped at what I've seen the human body can do. I'm going to go and see what I can do. So I love with my YouTube, I do all sorts of things, because I'm not saying to anybody, copy me, do what I do. I mean, if you want, you can. But the idea is you simply finish watching a video and think, that was funny, hopefully, and I'm motivated to go and do something, whether it's be a triathlete or do a park run or throw a frisbee. it doesn't matter as long as you're pumped to go out and do your thing. And consequently, I don't get too many people giving me the kind of, oh, well, it's easy for you because blah, 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 because that only applies if you're fixated on being like me, which nobody, I never watched Michael Jordan play basketball and thought, well, I can't be like you because I'm not, a 6'6" black American. I just thought, no, I'm let's say Shaq then. I'm not a 7'2". I just thought I'm just motivated. I don't. It frustrates me. I see my kids all the time, and they look at social media, and the form of motivation they take from it is to be like the person they've seen, and that just seems such a narrow use of motivation, when historically we used to take motivation to then fuel us to go and do whatever we want to do. Sometimes it's the same thing. I was motivated by Arnold. I'd be motivated by Arnold to go and do bicep curls. But I don't remember people being particularly annoyed that they couldn't be Arnold. There just seemed to be an acceptance that was up there. Actually, maybe it's this. Arnold was, excuse me, up there, and we normal people were down here. One of the problems with YouTube and Instagram and so on is that they're not up there. They're just, the perception is they're normal people and therefore they're achievable results. But in reality, they're not normal people, because if you've navigated your way to the top of YouTube or the top of Instagram, you're abnormal. You simply are. You have, excuse me, something going on.
Purely by percentages. Look, if you look at it that way, like you broke through a very, very saturated market.
Indeed, and there are physical attributes that I have genetically. I do have a predisposition to be particularly good at aerobic stuff. I just not an average. If you took 100 people that you tried to get as close to me as possible physically, I'd naturally be in towards the top, because some people are. I'm 6'6". Some people aren't. Some people have amazing, the genetic potential for developing musculature, and some people have amazing genetic potential for cardiovascular endurance and stuff. And those people gravitate to the top of social media because of that. And then when we see them there, we think, oh, well, they're only there because they did what they did. Arguably, they'd be pretty close to that, whether they did what they did or not. I mean, Arnold, as an obvious example, would not look too far off of a decent shaped bloke, whether he was bodybuilding or playing football. I mean, he's always going to look like a big jacked guy. It's not like anybody can do that. And we kind of understood that when we were kids. But now you see the YouTubers running around looking jacked. The assumption is that you can be that. So I've really tried hard with YouTube to constantly say to people, don't be me, don't copy me. That's not the point. You be you, motivated by me being me. I suffered hugely as a younger person in my 20s and 30s. When I was looking for something fun to do, I went through a whole variety of hobbies. I played professional poker for a while. I did kite surfing, kite buggying. I took up snooker. Just ridiculous. I just randomly started doing different things, trying to find the thing. And I would just become obsessed with being as good as I could be at those things. And one of the things that I now relish is that I don't have any desire to be as good as I could be, because I can always go and do something else. So, for example, you talk about your bench press. My bench press is appalling. Long arms, 6'6", 100 kilo PB that'd be lovely. I'm about 2 kilos off. It's a nightmare. But I don't care, because I can jump on the rowing machine and do, as I did yesterday, 3 minute, 2 second, 1,000-meter row. And
I bet that still hurts a little bit though, doesn't it? Because it was so close to the 3.
It'll be under 3 soon. And the same. Now here's a perfect example. Actually, here's a perfect example. I put my time on, and I had one of my guys who follows me on Instagram, who was an ex-NFL player, posted his time 2:45, which is just a bonkers time. And the old me would have been annoyed that someone's faster than me. How ridiculous is that? But actually, I thought, no, he's not 48 for a start. I've got very good at looking at myself relative to where I should be looking at, other 48-year-olds that aren't professional athletes. And also, he probably can't run a 100k ultra marathon that I can. So I've always got something else I can go to as an alternative. And so I'll watch people I watch on YouTube. Matt Does Fitness, for example. I can watch, I can love it, I can enjoy his stuff. And when I think, oh, I wish I had his deadlift, I think I don't. But if he came to my park run, he'd need hospitalisation afterwards, because that's.
He wasn't far off it when he ran a 5k with me, to confirm. Sorry, Matt, but we have the video evidence,
Absolutely.
so there's nowhere to hide.
And equally, I doubt clearly doubt he's bothered. But that is actually what normal people that can't be the best should be doing. They should be thinking, okay, I can't do that, but what can I do? And it doesn't even have to be fitness. It can be everybody can do something. But people become so, I mean, triathletes are a great example, aren't they? They just become completely fixated on spending 15, 16, 17 hours a week training on just this one thing. And never just stop to broaden their range of abilities, and therefore have a slightly calmer disposition about themselves.